Boomer Sooner 1982 here, Harry James reporting. And how are you guys tonight? Doing great here in the great state of Oklahoma. Well, this great state of Oklahoma has another, and great University of Oklahoma, being a fan, another national championship added onto the bracket. Plus, we will preview the game home. This is most likely going to be the homecoming game with the Kansas Jayhawks. The game will be played in Norman. Preview of that, plus a big congratulatorial celebration was held Friday for a certain team that raised another national championship banner. All this and more coming up next. Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name's Harry James. The University of Oklahoma has a great athletic director that I've met a couple of times in Joe Castiglione. A couple of national championships to his docket, too, in the gymnastics market. And one in one of the major sports. Football went all the way to the semifinals for the bowl series. In basketball, you took a team to the Final Four. And in the third major sport, baseball and softball, well, let's just say that they did it. They brought it all the way home. This is the national championship poster signed by all of the coaches, Patty Gasso and company. Now, this version of Oklahoma, right here, it is their third set of rings. Of course, they had the one original set back in 2000. And then a couple of years ago, won that one as a single game set, one game scenario. Was moved to, in 2005, the series was moved to 2 out of 3 here up the road in Oklahoma City, where Oklahoma has won 2 of those sets. They won this set in 2016, and then of course we all remember the one in 2014 that they won with Kaylani Ricketts and after the horrific tornado that hit Oklahoma. So congratulations on the third set of rings for Patty Gasso and the Sooners. But we all know who the big moneymaker here in this state is, as much as we love the softball. And by the way, their third national championship. We love a team that has 7 of those and going for number 8. And to go for number 8, what they have to do next on the preview list is get past the Kansas Jayhawks out of Lawrence. And those Kansas Jayhawks last year in football went over, struck out 12 times, 0 for 12, all 9 times in conference, 0-9, finished them with 10th place in the college football poll. Their best game that they played was probably the game that they played against TCU, that finished all the way in 2nd place, tied with Oklahoma State. They lost that game 23-17 to a team that was 13th ranked at the time in TCU. TCU, by the way, that year, last season, went 7-2 and 11-2 in league play. And their coach is David Beatty. In his 2nd year, I believe, now at Kansas. So prepared for that. The system itself looks like this for them. Brian Willis will head the offense for the much belined 0 for 12 and 0 and 9, respectively, Kansas Jayhawks. He led the way last year, passing for 1,719 yards, did go for 9 touchdowns, however, did throw 10 costly interceptions. The rushing game, well, number 2, Keon Kenner took 134 rushes for 556 yards and 5 TDs. Their backup quarterback, number 2, Martelkins Cozart, actually took 45 carries for a buck 13 and a touchdown. Those were the 2 leading rushers for the team. Leading receivers, number 16, Steve Sims Jr., and number 4, Tyler Patrick. First of all, number 16, Steve Sims Jr. had 30 receptions last year to go with 349 passing yards receiving, 2 touches, and that's the way that looked. Tyler Patrick, just as nice offensive productions, tying Sims with 30 receptions, went for 255 yards in the air, and again tied Steven Sims Jr. with 2 touchdown receptions. Their defense, this is where they made heady work. Number 9, Fish Smithson, and number 7, Jashawn Johnson, both played well for Kansas last year. Starting with Fish Smithson wears number 9. Fish settled in with 111 tackles last year, forced a fumble, 0 fumble recovers, and 2 interceptions as a defensive back. Jashawn Johnson had 91 tackles. He didn't force any fumbles or recover any fumbles, and had 2 interceptions as a linebacker for the Jayhawks. David Beatty is a 1990 graduate from Linwood College in Missouri. Started last year in 2015. Of course, this year's 2016 in his second year. Coaching staff, 0 for 0, going 0.00, going 0 and 12 in coaching. Bowl conference record 0 and 0 again. Not making a bowl. Conference and divisional titles in the Stoops era. They do have one in 2008. They have a Big 12 North Division Championship. They don't have the trophy or the appearance in the championship game because, of course, they lost to Missouri that season. They ended with 1 loss, as did Missouri end with 1 loss in league play. Of course, the loss in league play for Kansas was Missouri, and the loss in league play for Missouri that year was Missouri. As they took that loss, that Missouri team crawled all the way back to number 1 and were humbled, 38 to 17. That was Sam Bradford's redshirt freshman year. Of course, Oklahoma went on and played West Virginia in their bowl game, and we don't want to remember that. That debacle in the Fiesta Bowl. Alright, guys. Well, next time around, I believe it's Iowa State is that we'll take a look at, I believe. So, you don't want to miss that. That's kind of an odd game for Oklahoma. With the game settling in, I believe, and if it is Iowa State, that is, they'll actually make that one a Thursday night kickoff instead of the normal Saturday kickoff. But I will say this, whenever that game is played, that's the way that it will happen. But the aforementioned Jayhawk Stiglione, the Celtics get this and bring 2 more national championships home for the 2016 season, has said that in football, that will not happen. That can easily happen in Ames. It will happen, very well could happen in Stillwater. It could happen anywhere else. But the 2 places it will not happen. It will not happen for OU Texas, played on a Friday night. and it will not happen in Norman playing on a Friday night. Those two are set, and he even said the travel issues, we've got plenty of fans that are already, that make weekend plans to come to Norman for the home games, and we're not going to disrupt that tradition. So thus far, there's no plan to have a non-Saturday game played in Norman. Now, the game against Iowa State will be played in Ames. That's what makes it a bit different for Oklahoma. But we'll preview that one next week or whenever we preview Iowa State. For the next game, till the next game preview, guys. My name is Harry James Taylor. One final congratulations to these ladies right here. These beautiful ladies right here won the softball version of the national championship, won it up the road in Oklahoma City. Everybody played well. Everybody played great. And by the way, that's a winning record for these ladies. That is a winning record against the SEC in postseason action. It's twice against Auburn, once against Alabama, LSU, Auburn. So that's 6-1. The one loss coming in the mid-game of a 3-game set with Auburn in the National Championship Series. Thanks for watching, everybody. And Boomer Sooner, everybody. Fun final time. Congratulations to the OU softball girls. And we will see you next week. Boomer Sooner, everybody. Take care.